welcome back to Tbsp Delight. How are we all doing? I'm sure you're all doing fine. Today, I'm taking you to the northern part of Ghana where they make some of the most nutritious foods ever. I remember back home, it used to be my holy grail where I used to take this meal almost every morning. Yes, don't judge me because I'm sure some of you all do that as well. What meal is this? I'm sure you're wondering. It is Tuo Zaafi. Yes, Diehuo. Is it Diehuo or Diehuo? Anyway, I call it Diehuo. And the sound of it gives me this, bubbly feeling. Because thinking about the maltiness, how drawy it is, how hot it is, guys. I can't wait to show you this recipe. So I'm going to show you how to make this meal right at the comfort of your home without going to join the long queue for your turn every morning. You can do it any day, anytime, actually anywhere you want. Before we get cooking, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have tried my recipe so far. I've received all the pictures and videos. I'm happy to know that I'm not just making these videos, but I'm also making a difference. If you tried this recipe, why don't you share it with us on Instagram at Tbsp Delight so that we can showcase it to the whole world. By the way, if you're new here, I warmly welcome you. Why don't you click on the subscription button? It's totally free, and the little bell so that whenever I post a recipe, you will be the first to know. Enough of the talking, let's get cooking.
So in making your TZ, you need your assorted meat. The choice of meat is totally up to you, okay? You need your pointed peppers, your fresh tomatoes, your onions, your garlic. If you've been following this channel for some time, you know that I use garlic in almost everything I do because it's really good. Your ginger, your Scotch Bonnet Peppers, your tomato puree, your peeled plum tomato, your spices, salt, locust beans or dawadawa, and Nigerians call it iru, your cloves, anise seeds, your herring powder or nsesawa, your shrimp powder or crayfish, your okro or ladyfingers, your AYOYO leaves or Jute mallow, also known as molokia leaves, your salted fish or stinky fish momoni if you have some readily available to you, your palm oil, your sunflower oil. I use both in it. I'll show you very soon. Your maize flour and cassava flour, and not forgetting your bicarbonate of soda.
Guys, I know the ingredients look overwhelming and very much, but don't worry, it's because I'm showing you the full meal in one video. So you need to be very patient and follow it step by step, okay?
I'll begin by cooking my cow leg or cottage as it takes longer to cook. While that is on fire,
with clean hands, I'll start off by cutting my onions, garlic and ginger for blending.
Before blending, I'll add my cloves and anise seeds for blending. My cow leg cooked for about 15 minutes and I'll then add it to the rest of the meat.
I'll continue by adding my seasoning to my meat. All of it will go in there except one seasoning cube, okay? Goes my salt now. Be careful the quantity you take so that it doesn't become too salty.
I'll then add my blended mix and some water and start cooking. Once it comes to a boil, stir it around to combine all the blended mix and the spices so that it gets everywhere in the meat. While it's cooking, I'll proceed with cutting my tomatoes and peppers, which will form the base of the stew for blending. In a hot pot, I'll add my palm oil and sunflower oil. In goes the remainder of my ginger mix. Give it a quick stir and then add my salted fish. I'll let it fry for 5 minutes, stirring it occasionally. I'll then add 2 tablespoons each of my herring powder and shrimp powder. Remember, while that is frying, our meat is still on fire, so occasionally check it, giving it a good stir. Back to our stew base, which has been frying for a total of 7 minutes. I'll add my thinly chopped onions and let that fry for another 5 minutes, stirring it occasionally. I'll then add my tomato puree and stir it well to combine. After 2 minutes of frying, I'll then add my tomato blend mix, give it a good stir, and cover it and let it cook for 10 minutes. And don't forget your meat, keep checking on it to ensure it doesn't burn, okay? After a total of 50 minutes, our meat is all done. I'll transfer the meat into another bowl, keeping the stock. After a total cook time of 27 minutes, I'll then add my stock to the stew and turn the heat to very low heat to allow it to simmer. After 6 minutes, see how beautiful our stew is cooking. I'll give you a quick stir and proceed to show you a trick I use to ensure the stew tastes just like the one you queue to buy. And the trick is mashing some of the dawadawa and adding it to the stew. I know some people use the powdered one, but it doesn't do justice for me. So yes, do it just like so, and this is the consistency you want. After another 5 minutes of frying, I'll add some more of my herring and shrimp powder. I'll then add my dawadawa and allow it to cook for another 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'll add my meat and then give it one final stir until it's perfectly combined. As you can see, family, I haven't added any more salt or the one seasoning cube I mentioned, as there is enough in the stock and meat. But hey, you can adjust the salt and seasoning to your taste. And clean your pot while you go, okay?
So our stew has been cooking for another 20 minutes now. Let's see how it's doing. Look at how beautiful it's cooking, guys. Yum, 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 yum. The meat! Who wants meat? Come on, collect. Come on, collect. So as you see now, our stew is looking all succulent and nice. It's actually ready. However, because I have ample time to make the okro as well as the tbsp itself, I'm just going to transfer the stew to another burner on a very low heat to allow it to simmer for all the ingredients to marry.
And now to our AYOYO soup. I've got my okra. I've got my Jute molokia leaves or AYOYO leaves, which I got from an Asian shop. I've got my salt for seasoning, shrimp powder, locust beans or dawadawa. I'll proceed by cutting my okra for blending. This is totally optional. I add the okra because it gives it extra life and extra drawiness, you see. When you're blending it, don't blend it for it to be too smooth. As soon as it mixes like that, stop the blender. I've transferred my okra into a pot. I'll add my bicarbonate of soda, 1 teaspoon, and 2 cups of water and let it cook. Once it comes to a boil like so, add your shrimp powder, your locust beans, salt to taste and start whisking. Do not stir it. If you want that drawiness, whisk it, okay? Turn the heat to medium-low heat, and once it comes to a boil, add your AYOYO. Here, I realized the water was too small, so I added just a little bit and whisked again. Guys, whisk and whisk and whisk. Do not stir. So cover it intermittently, and once it starts boiling, stir again. I mean whisk, okay? Don't stir, whisk. So after 5 to 10 minutes, look at the drawiness. This gives me life. Woo! Now that the soup is ready, let's begin making the Tuo Zaafi. You need your maize flour, your cassava flour, water, and a big bowl to mix. I need boiling water, so I'll put water on fire to bring to boil. While that is on fire, I'll mix my maize flour with some water to bring to a light consistency. do it gradually so that it doesn't become lumpy, okay? Just like so. Once the water has come to a boil, I'll pour in my maize flour mix and stir it gently, just like so. Once it's all gone in there, start stirring quickly, okay? If you do not stir it quickly, it's gonna get lumpy. So concentrate and stir it quickly, just like so. I realized the consistency was a bit on the harder side, so I added some hot water to bring it to a lighter consistency, stirring it quickly, sharply, and checking the consistency. This is how the consistency is now. It's still too thick, so I added some more hot water. Stir it again to bring it to a consistency that is smooth with no lumps and a bit light. This is the consistency you want, okay? Our porridge is ready. I'll set some aside. In case it becomes hard, you will add it later to get the consistency you want. I've set that aside and I'll go ahead and add my cassava flour gradually. Once you are adding it, stir it quickly. Do not stop at all or else it's gonna get lumpy. So just like I'm showing you now, follow the process exactly like how I'm showing you. Please keep stirring, don't stop. Once the flour is well combined, interchange between whisking and stirring to make sure there are no lumps at all, just like so. So keep using the same motion until it's well combined. When you do not see any raw flour in it, check the consistency, and if it's still liquidy, you can add some more flour like I'm doing now. Once you add the flour, just toss it around gently so that you don't spill it. And once it goes in there, start whisking again. Then stir, whisk and stir, okay? Do not worry if you add too much flour and it hardens. You can always add some of the porridge we set aside to get it back to a softer consistency. Now the texture is perfection. The reason why I stick to the lighter version of tuo is that as soon as you serve it and it sits for a while, it thickens and solidifies, and you don't want your tuo to be like that, you know. You want it soft, and our tuo is perfection. It's ready, and now time for action. To mold the Tuo Zaafi balls in a plastic bag, sprinkle some water to prevent it from sticking, scoop the dough into it and turn it around to get the shape. You can dish it straight into your bowl, but I prefer this shape, okay?
Food is ready now. Let's see and dig in. I can't wait. This is how it's looking, just like home style. Ooh, so hot. And this is our stew.
Just check out the stew. Tell me you don't like what you see. See all the assorted meat. Make your choice. Which one do you like? Is it a cow skin or... Oh, it smells good in my kitchen, guys. And let's check out our soup. Look at the drawiness. Oh my days, I can't wait to taste this. It's so tempting.
Now I'm going to serve myself a portion. I can't wait. Come with me.
Just look at this. So tempting, and I can't wait to taste.
It's time to taste. And as I say always, I get the first bite. This time it might actually be the first and last, you know, because I'm going to squander this. Let's dig in. By the way, the best way to eat this meal is by using your fingers, and I have washed it clean, okay? I'm going in there now. sorry guys. It's just flying away. This is so good. I think I need to sit down for this. Hey guys, if you're watching this, you're invited, my sister. By the way guys, if you haven't subscribed, kindly click on the subscription button. It's totally free to do so. You don't pay anything. As well as click on the little bell so that whenever I post a new video, you will be the first to know. I have to go now, but before I go, remember that I love you, but God loves you most. Bye for now.